Hey there everyone, it's J-Mac here. Today I'm going to be kicking off the Halo Armor series that I've been getting a lot of requests for. Um, just to let you know, this is not a guideline or tutorial. This is more of just me showing off what I did to make my Halo Armor and currently am using to make my new Halo Armor. This series will probably be about, I want to say no more than 10 episodes. It might be shorter than that. It very well could be 10 episodes. We'll just play by ear. So today's episode, I'm just going to be talking about the supplies that you're going to be needing for your whole entire Halo suit. And this could also apply to any other costume as well. You might have to put in some extra stuff, but I mean, just play it by ear, and just keep adjusting to it, I guess. First thing you're going to need is WinRAR. This will allow you to open any zipped up files like the Halo Armor Peppercura files. Next thing that you'll need is a Peppercura Designer. Basically, this allows you to be able to look at the PDO files, and you can also size them up accordingly to fit your specific body shape and size and such. The next one is Halo Armor files. In the description, I've posted a link for all these files. It includes everything in the Halo universe. Halo 1, 2, and 3, ODST, Reach, I even believe Halo Wars. Currently, there's no Halo 4 files. That could change in the future. Maybe, maybe not. I just don't know. Like, I don't model the files, so I'm not entirely sure about that one. Now, the rest of this you can actually get at your local Walmart or even like Home Depot. Not all of this from Home Depot, but some of it. First one is a cardstock printing paper. This is used to print off your Halo Armor Peppercura files. And this is where people are probably going to try to dispute me, saying that you can use normal printing paper. I'm going to go on and clarify this one right now. You can use normal printing paper if you really want to, but from personal experience, I really don't recommend it. I recommend cardstock paper. You can get 150 sheets for about $10. You can use normal printing paper. I will go on to tell you can, but it will be very flimsy. Cardstock, at least it's a little bit thicker, so it'll work. But hey, whichever way you want to go with it, go for it. You're gonna need a pair of scissors, like $2, Elmer's glue, $2, an x-acto knife, $7, and this will be used for like making nice little fine cuts in your cardstock paper to where like you can have a nice good fold on the actual piece that you're trying to glue together. You're going to need a cutting board if you do use an x-acto knife, which you can get one for like $5-10 at Walmart. Which all this, yeah, basically all this I'm mentioning, I'm talking about is coming from Walmart. The cutting board, so that way you don't like cut the table by accident with your x-acto knife. You're gonna need some kind of tape, like scotch tape or something, like $3. This is mainly to be used with the next item, popsicle sticks, $3. This is basically, with these two items, the tape and popsicle sticks, this is to basically hold the shape of your armor, because like I've made a shoulder piece right now out of cardstock, but it's not going to be like perfect. Some of it might be kind of bent to the side. Well, that's what the popsicle sticks and tape are for. They're so that way you can hold it in place and hold it in a good position to where when you do put fiberglass resin on it, you can take off the popsicle sticks and tape, and it's going to hold its shape together. But they're used to just hold it, like have a defined shape, and not that way it's not like scrunched over or something. Next thing you need is some kind of like respirator mask. Again, you can get one at Walmart, $10. This is to prevent the Next, several items, um, like you breathing in all the fumes. You're going to need fiberglass resin, which you can get a can of it at Walmart. I don't know why I keep saying that at Walmart, because I'm talking about Walmart. Sorry, I'm a little tired. Uh, a can of fiberglass resin, you can get one for like $11. And I will go and tell you, it has a little plastic lid on top of it. Whenever you do go get the fiberglass resin, pop the lid off. All you're checking for is inside there should be a little bottle of resin hardener. Um, if it's missing the resin hardener, don't buy it. Just check another one and put the lid back on too, by the way. If you buy this can but you forget the resin hardener, you're gonna have to shell out another $3 to $4 for that little bottle, whereas you could have got one for free inside of it. So always check. You're gonna need fiberglass cloth for about $4. The cloth is mainly used on the inside of armor pieces. This is to like reinforce the suit to where it's got like a toughness behind it. When you do add a coat of resin on the outside and even on the inside, um, primarily we're going to talk about the outside for just a moment. Resin once on the outside, it gets a good like firmness. When you use fiberglass cloth and resin on the inside, that's what I was saying, resin on the inside. Um, it's going to like kind of just reinforce it to where it's going to have to hold that shape. If you just put resin on the outside, you're like, hey, I'm done. No, that will break on you. It will not work. You're going to, this part's optional. I recommend it, however. You're going to probably have to get bondo, the non-jelly bondo version. Um, this is primarily like if you want to have smooth areas and such, or if you want to experiment with rondo, which I will cover in another episode. You're gonna need a can of that, which that'll be like $10. Same thing, has a plastic lid. Pop the lid off. Make sure there's a little tube of resin, bondo hardener. Otherwise, you're gonna have to shell out probably $5 for another tube of that stuff. For me, I used a Dremel tool that basically had a cutter on it. That way I can any areas that are just sticking out or I need to like okay, for example, fiberglass cloth pieces, when you put resin on it, it hardens. Sometimes it can slip a little bit when it's trying to harden and stick out from the bottom. This Dremel tool will definitely come in handy to take off any excess fiberglass pieces that you're wanting to not stick out and potentially cut you. This can also be used to like adding details into the armor. You're gonna need some kind of like sander. You can do it by hand if you want. I find it easier just to use an electric sander. That can range you between 30 to, oh gosh, like $100. Same thing with the Dremel tool. It's about 25 to $100. Just really depends on like what kind of quality and brand you go with. Um, you're going to need primer paint. Basically, after you get your armor piece, like resin, bondoed, and everything, and sanded down, preferably, spray it down with primer paint. That way, like any imperfections that are sticking out, like maybe you forgot to smooth out one side. Well, okay, you can use a sander and get that primer paint off, apply some bondo, sand it down, and then just respray it with the primer paint, and well, there you go. Which also you're gonna need some kind of like a little credit card or even like a little bondo smoother that you can get at Walmart for like a couple bucks. That's to like apply the bondo onto the armor piece. You're gonna need some kind of paint color, which my particular one that I go with, it's almost close to Master Chief's original color. It's in a little can and it's called Satan Olive, Italian Olive. That's about as close to the real Master Chief colors I can get. You can also get a can of like silver metallic paint, where you can spray it on the end of a paintbrush and kind of like dab your suit if you want to make it look like, someone has just like scraped you along the floor or something, whichever. All three cans will cost about $4, and a thing of paintbrushes, it depends. If you buy a single paintbrush, that's not high quality in, which I don't recommend it. If you're just trying to apply like metallic paint and resin and such on your suit, you can get a couple of them for like $1 each. You can get, I've heard some of you can go Dollar Tree and get a box of like 36 paintbrushes for about $6, which I'll probably go check out, see if that's true or not. Let's see. Oh, you're going to need an HJC gold mirror visor. I got mine for about $30 on eBay. You just have to do some Google searching on that one. Walmart will not sell that. But it can range you between $30 to $50. Probably doubled that if you're going to get two of them. One of them is the primary visor, and the other one you're going to like use the drimle tool and cut out like visor detail, visor details, and then glue it on top of the first visor. And lastly, you're gonna need like a under body suit, like kind of like Under Armour. You can get like a motorcycle suit, all black, maybe a little bit of gray here and there. That could definitely work. Or you can just go with go to Walmart actually and just get like just Under Armour. Wear all black if you want. Price wise, this can really range you between like $10 to all the way past 100. It just really depends on which route you want to go. Alright, well, that's all I'm going to talk about in this episode. And next one, I'm just going to be talking about how to. Let's see, what could I do? I think I'm just going to talk about how to. How to scale your armor and print it off to your size, and showing you exactly like how to cut it properly, what lines are what on the pepper cure files, and how to use an x-acto knife on it just right, and how to glue it together. I mean, I know all that doesn't sound too appealing, but you would actually be surprised how many people mess up on just that alone. I mean, I'll gladly admit, I messed up on an armor piece when I first tried this whole thing because I just tried to jump into it. You know, just jumping into it will not do anything. I mean, you gotta take your sweet time. I've seen people who can make an armor suit in about like 2 to 3 months. Someone else took like a whole year. I mean, it varies how fast you want to go. But yeah, slowly but surely, going to get all the way to getting a full armor piece done, and hopefully my whole new Halo armor. Y'all take care.